One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky, home of the Wildcats. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on another team from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Get away to start us off. And he'll bring it back. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So the Kentucky Wildcats offense will take the field first. What a great group of receivers they run out there, and a staunch, stout defense they'll be running into. Jesse, how are they going to get open? How does this defense keep them in check?
Well, I think one thing this receiving group knows, to have success in this game against this defense, is it's going to take all of them. It's not just going to be one guy making all the plays. They're all going to have to be able to step up and, David, take advantage of their own individual one-on-one opportunities when those chances come their way.
Well, and I think that's what's good about this offense. There's strength in numbers. It's not just one guy that you can take away. There's several receivers that can make plays. That stresses the defense. Like, find the weakness, go after him. That guy can win. So it'll be a fun individual matchup.
Stands in and takes the hit. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. So Ole Miss offense will get the ball for the first time. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
Well, this defense looked pretty good last week. Of course, they had 2 sacks, and the coaching staff told us they really wanted to be able to build on that. Great news, they've already registered a sack here early in this game.
The Rebels will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Hauls it in, looking for space. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Looking to throw, it's Boley. Pulls it in, it's long. No chance to run, but they still move it forward. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Spins away from the defense. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Got it in the middle, it's long. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36. This Kentucky offense doing work. They're set up with another first down. The lone back's got it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. And so far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their QB time.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Kentucky will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Found a little bit of room there to get it up to the 30 before going out of bounds. And the Rebels moving quickly to the line. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Catch in the middle. It's Stribling. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a first down.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Nice move to pick up yardage. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. The most mind-boggling stat from last season is that Ole Miss trailed for a grand total of 2 minutes all year long and somehow lost 3 games and missed the playoff.
Yeah, it was incredible, but it was a great year. You saw the line of scrimmages for Ole Miss really take over. Offense and defensive lines, that was the strength of their team. It allowed them to thrive, to win more games, to be more dominant. Palmer reloading a lot of guys in those new spots.
Including a quarterback. No more Jackson Dart. Obviously, he was a huge part of their success. Last several years, really, we always expect Lane Kiffin to find a good one, but this year that position's got to play well.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. He just barely got enough of that one and just barely kept it straight enough, too. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Tight end now in motion. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Caught behind the line. It's McGowan. He gets across the 20-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 23. And the Wildcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Here's a heat. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
Kentucky sent out the punting unit.
On to kick it away.
Makes the signal, secures the fair catch, and they'll put it in play at the 37. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. Off the play fake on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Lee. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Rebels will hustle to the line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Not able to hook up the air, incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. Catch in the middle, it's Wallace. Finds a crease at the 20. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. And the Rebels look to keep this drive humming. Grab behind the line, it's right. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the first. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Just keep slinging it. Makes the grab. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. The Rebels have it in scoring position on first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Rebels!
A big question mark for this offense coming into the year, guys. Who could score touchdowns? Who are going to be their biggest playmakers on offense? This guy scored in the first game. He's off to a great start in this one with that touchdown. This guy looks like the real deal.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Oregon was anything but dominant today, but the Ducks are going to leave Autzen Stadium winners. A lot to work on, no question, but they avoid one in the L column. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Fires on the run. And is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. He makes the catch. He'll step out of bounds right in the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. The hand to the running back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. The Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. There he goes. Nice pickup there, gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. The RPO, it's complete. Everybody knows how difficult the SEC schedules are. You hear about it from every team there. It's hard to explain how a team like Ole Miss, all of that firepower, all of that ability, dumps a home game to a bad Kentucky team for the first time since 1964. That one basically kept them out of the playoff.
And I think one of the biggest surprises in that game was how Ole Miss could not protect Jackson Dart. Their offensive line got a...
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And after that last sack, man, you could just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, it just seems like they're playing with a different aggression and a different level of intensity than what their opponent is. They have been so dominant.
Kentucky will be forced to punt. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He makes a fair catch just outside his own 10 at the 11-yard line. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Lee. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that, you got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
And the Rebels want to move quickly.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again, back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
All right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get there.
Breaks into the open. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Ole Miss. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he makes the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead.
Kentucky, 0.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Off play action. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at them. Get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now. Coming off of last week, putting a goose egg on the board against their last opponent.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He lobs one high down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. Kentucky sent out the punting unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll make the fair catch at the 44, and they'll have terrific field position. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Fires to the middle. Got his man. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
The Rebels come to the line in the hurry-up.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. Didn't make them sweat at all. It's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. They'll try to put a drive together starting from their own 12. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Looking downfield, it's Boley. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Kentucky will be forced to punt. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Got it behind the line, it's Wallace. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. With the catch, it's Wallace. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. They'll send the back in motion. Got it looking for a first. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Rebels decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And just a spectacular punt. It'll go out of bounds inside the 5-yard line and really put this offense in a hole. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Wildcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Throws to the wideout. Finds his man. It's Law. Get it down to the 28-yard line. It is a 1st down, and they have to show some urgency here. Back to throw. It's Boley. Right down the middle. A strike downfield. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Wants to throw on 1st down. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down. 6th play of the drive coming up. Misfired on 1st down. Back to the air on 2nd. Bought a little time, lets it go. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the 1st down. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. From the gun on 3rd down. He's going to run it. And the pass is incomplete here on 3rd down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out.
Illegal forward pass.
They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And you make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lexington, but let's just go with notable. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Old Commonwealth Stadium and Kroger Field.
Kentucky teeing it up and ready to go here in the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They'll open the second half with a run. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Makes the grab. It's Lee. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? From the gun, running back on the move. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. The Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Pulls it and fires to the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. That's reeled in. It's Stribling. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Rebels line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Motion from the wide receiver. Keeps it on the bootleg. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. The Rebels can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Grabbed in the middle, it's right. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
And the Rebels now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Off the play fake. Here comes the heat. Makes the catch. It's Stribling. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Throws toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. And they'll run the field goal unit back out there. This kicker has already banged a couple through. He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
Set to kick this one away.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Quickly to the tight end. You know, we joked that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, and they get good matchups. And man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
To the ground, he's got it again. It's runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. And the Wildcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Motion from the wideout. Hand off from the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Looking to pass, it's Bowling. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And you could easily argue the biggest reason this team is trailing here in the second half is because they have not been able to protect their quarterback tonight. They've already given up 5 sacks in the game, and you just saw another one right there. This offensive line has had problems all night long.
And the Wildcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. With the catch, it's Gilmore. Almost got it to midfield on that one. He's out of bounds, a yard short at the 49. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Grabbed in the backfield. It's McGowan. He is stopped at the 47-yard line, and that's not nearly enough to move the chains. Punt is on its way. And nobody able to handle that punt, and they'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Got it in the middle, it's Stribling.
Slants are very tough to cover, but they become way tougher when you've got a big body wide receiver like that. It's almost like basketball where he's boxing you out. He gets inside real quick, uses that big body to shield you off, and even if you're playing man-to-man, you just got to get him on the ground and try to disrupt him some way.
1st and 10 from their own 13. Grabbed behind the line, it's Wallace. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Grab near the marker, it's Stribling. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. Wants to go up top on first down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And quite simply put, you don't see that happen very often against him. He is one of not just the best quarterbacks in the game, he's one of the best players in the game. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate that oftentimes doesn't make mistakes like that. He should have thrown that football away. He decided to try and do too much, and the defense made him pay. They get a massive sack, and this offense loses a ton of yards.
They'll run play action. Fires to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Rebels will punt this one away. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. The Wildcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Gives it on the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. 3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Wants to throw. It's Boley. Oh, they're after him. He'll throw it. And it's incomplete. The defense knocks it away as we have knocked down 3/4 and head to the 4th. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. They'll run for it. They'll mark him down right there, but it'll be enough for a Kentucky first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Right back to the well. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Wildcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet at my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they've put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop them right here. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Lets it fly. Complete downfield. He gets it to the 38-yard line, but this defense forces a 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete. A 4th down stop and the turnover on downs. Gonna run it. It's Lacey. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the ground with the back. And a good solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. And the Rebels come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. The Rebels will punt it away on 4th down. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stand.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
These are the perfect situations you love to be in. Known passing situations. These are not where the offensive tackles want to be. And when you're on the edge and there's no threat of the run, pin your ears back, get the nice first down sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail. This offense has it with really good field position. Off play action on 1st down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. So now it's 2nd and long. He'll pull it on the read.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Right down the boulevard. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession, they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
It'll be 3rd and long.
3rd down coming up.
Looking for a man. It's Boley. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. Kentucky will be forced to punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Smart move to keep it on the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Card in the backfield. It's Wallace. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Lacey. Oh, he's got some space. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the 1st down at the 34-yard line. Looking for a gap. It's Lacey. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on 1st down. Now back to the line. Quarterback on the keeper. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Finds his man. It's Lee. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Brings up 4th down.
Well, after back-to-back losses, this team is really teetering on the edge of disaster.
They got to try to hold on to the positives, as hard as that is to do right now, having lost a couple back-to-back, because this team has good players, and they've got good schemes on both sides of the ball, just things have not gone their way. They